So if you want to make your own Ethernet cables, and these are the tools and supplies that you're going to need. The first thing that you're going to need is a crimping tool. This is one I got from Amazon that's fairly inexpensive. I'll put a link below for all the tools and supplies that you'll need. This is for the RJ45 connectors, and that's what you're going to need for your Ethernet cable. Then you need some sort of wire stripper. This is a very inexpensive one as well. This can be used. It has a stripping function on there, but I've really nicked the wires inside the cable, so I don't really like to use that. This is fine, just go with that. Then you're going to need some flush cut pliers or a pair of scissors, and you're going to need a cable tester. This is to make sure once you've finished that both ends of your cable are connected properly. Then of course you need your Ethernet cable. This is UTP, this is Cat 6 and 250 feet. So it's in bulk and you just pull out whatever length you need. Then you need the connectors at the end. These are RJ45s, and I want to recommend that you use the push-through type as this is. This is going to save you a lot of headache. And then the strain relief boots that come on the end of the cable. Now you cut your cable the length that you want, and then you start on the one end, and you want to strip off about 3 inches or so. You'll see that you have 8 wires. They're twisted together in 4 pairs. You'll separate the wires out, and then you'll cut off the inner separator. Now you have to slide your strain relief boot over if you haven't done it already. It's probably easier to do it before you start on your cable. Make sure you've got the right orientation. Now you have to undo the twisted wires, all 8 of them. As we said, there are 4 pairs. So once you've got untangled, you have to straighten them out. Now you either use your nail, just pull it straight over, or you can use a tool. Just use the edge of anything and just pull it straight. The straighter they are, the better. Now you have to line them up in the right sequence. And this is the trick to Ethernet cables. Now, on the side of my crimping tool here, I have the T568B and T568A sequence. Now, I always use the B. I think you can use either one of these, but just make sure that both ends of your cable have the exact same sequence. So I'm going to go with B because that's the one that I know. And if you don't have on your crimping tool, if you don't have a picture of the sequence, you can also download this from the internet and just print it out and have it handy. But this is quite nice to have right on the tool. So every time you want to use it, you can just go straight here and have a look. I always start from the left, and so the white and orange stripes will go to the far left, and then next to that will come the solid orange. Then we'll have the blue and green striped. Then we'll have solid blue next to that. And then after the solid blue, we'll have the blue and white striped wire. And then we'll have the solid green, followed by the brown and white striped wire. And then it ends with the solid brown. The trick here is to get all of these wires tightly squeezed together in the right order. Now you're going to want to hold these in the right sequence when you slip your connector over, and it's not as easy as it looks. The connector has 8 small channels inside, and these have to go straight through those channels in the correct sequence for this to be fitted properly. So I try to keep my left thumb on here to squeeze these together. Sort of pull them straight as you can, and then you want to cut right across, and you want to cut them all the same length. Now before you push them through the connector, you want to make sure that they're still in the right order. This is the most frustrating part of this whole process, because they keep moving out of order and you lose your sequence. And then you're going to slip your connector over. Now the tab needs to go to the bottom like that, and as you push them through, you want to keep your thumb firmly on the wires to keep them in place. And you can see that you need enough length there to get them right through, to get them into the right holes. Now this is really just hit and miss. You are going to push this through until they hit those channels, and then once they're through, you want to make sure that you've still got the right sequence. So just check your colors. We've got the 2 orange there, then we've got the green and white, we've got the solid blue. I have the blue and white, and then I should have the green. So this one is out of sequence. You see it swapped places with the brown and white striped one. So you have to take it out and redo it. Okay, let's try that again. You keep trying this about 200 times, and on one of those efforts, it's going to go in. Now is the moment of truth. Make sure and check whether your wires are in the right sequence. And it appears that we have it. If you do, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Now push the cable so that it goes all the way into the connector. You'll see the white housing all the way in. And now you're going to put this in the crimper. Once you've got this all the way in your crimper, you're going to squeeze down and make sure that it's squeezed all the way. It's going to cut off the ends, and it is going to crimp your connector onto your cable. Now you can slide your boot over, and then you do the same to the other end of your cable. Once you've done both ends of your cable, you'll test it out. Put that one end in your tester. This part of the tester can slide out. Maybe the other end of your cable ends in another room in your house, and you want to check that. So you take this over there, and the other end is going to slide right in. Once you've got both ends in, you're going to turn it on. You'll see the green light here running between number 1 and 8. These are the 8 wires inside your cable, and each one of them is being tested. If you have a green light, and if it runs consecutively between 1 and 8 on both of these, then your cable is good and you can use it. If it's not green, or if it's green but it doesn't run consecutively from 1 to 8, so maybe 1, 2, 3, and then 7, 6, and a 4, and then an 8, then your cable is not configured properly. So then some of your internal wires got mixed up and is in the wrong sequence. Then you need to just undo your work and redo it until you've got this kind of testing that we see here. Once you see a result like this running from 1 to 8 consecutively on both of these, your cable is good and you can use it. That is a job well done. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the channel again.